Is this working? I just wondered if you can get a sense of what's being said in the room right now after a loss like that.
No, it stays in the room.
Right. After your first period is maybe one of your best first periods of the year, are you kind of as shocked as everybody else that things turned out the way they did?
Well,
Why did they turn out the way they did, more specifically?
yeah, we had a good start, and then they get the lead, and then we're chasing it. So it's, and no matter who you're playing or what game it is, it's always harder coming from behind. So the way things are going right now, it's been tough. I mean, it's frustrating, but at the end of the day, it's gonna have to be us in there that pull it together and find a way to stick in those games and keep it close and find a way to tie that up or keep it a tighter game. I think the big thing would be trying to find our way to get that first goal, get a better feeling on the room, and just the way things are going right now. When we get down, it's frustrating.
Duncan, you've been around a long time, and this year is kind of unique because of the gaps that you guys had. This losing streak is extended like over a month, even though it's only 7 games. But I'm sure that just magnifies things. So,
yeah,
you talked about how is fragile a fair word that like when if you score that first goal, it could just change everything. But when you're losing and you give up one, is it that much harder to overcome?
Well, I mean, we've got to be strong mentally, but I don't think the games, all the separation between games has helped. It's been, I think it'd be good to get in a rhythm here somehow and get playing some games to get back in the swing of it, and get playing some games and move on and go to the next game right away. But, we've just got to keep grinding away and just find a way to get that first one, find a way to stick with it and play a patient game. But right now, things kind of aren't going our way. We're not getting any bounces. I thought Mikko made some big saves when he needed to. And we had a good start, and we're right there. But, when they get the first few goals, it's no matter, like I said, no matter who we're playing against or what team it is, when we're trailing or any team's trailing, it's always harder. But, we've got to find a way.
Darnell, for a long time, this penalty kill has been really good. And in this funk now, PK, sometimes it's about when you make a big kill. And you've allowed the first goal, I think it's 9 or 10 times in those games. How frustrating is it that the PK's just kind of gone this far off the rails when it's been so good for so long?
Yeah, we know how to kill. We've done it at a high level in multiple years over long stretches. So this is, you get mad when you're giving up goals, but you can't lose the identity and what makes us successful when we're killing, when we're on our toes, when we're, outworking the PP. That's when we kill off penalties, and we haven't been doing that enough. So we gotta be better. We gotta give our 5-on-5 and power play a chance. I mean, you can't ask your power play to score 2 goals a night to be even with the other team. So we gotta be better there.
Darnell, in the first period, you had so many chances, you didn't get a goal. But it wasn't for lack of effort or chances. The puck just kept bouncing by the goal. Were you thinking to yourself, okay, just keep this going in the second, keep pouring another 17 shots, and the tide will turn?
Yeah, I think we had 12 in the second. Like, we were still shooting. So, you gotta give yourself the, when it's going like this and the puck's not going in, and there's chances that, when we're feeling that at the beginning of the year, I mean, we would have 4 goals there going into the third period. So when it's not going in, you just got to keep pounding away. At some point, they're going to go and things are going to slide back to the averages that they usually are. It's just, you have all those chances in the first. You play so well in the first. You give yourself a chance to find a lead, and we just couldn't find that last bounce, that last shot to put it over the top.
Thank you.
Duncan, just back here. Dave Tippett has been saying recently how much you've kind of grown into being a leader on this team, and I just wonder, what experiences you've been able to kind of draw on over the course of your career that are leading to messages to some of your teammates that maybe can allow you to change the course of the Tide here?
Well, it's I think a lot of it is just momentum, and right now, the momentum is going against us right now. It seems like we had a good start, we had some good chances, but obviously that's not good enough. So we've got to find a way to change that momentum, and then once it goes the other way, we build off that positive energy and start building the other way, and then you get a good feeling back in it. But you know, we've got to play a patient game and stick with it. And just because, you know, we're not getting some bounces in the first, it doesn't really matter. We've got to keep finding a way, stick to our game plan, and try to get that first one. So some of it is just trying to be patient and pushing to get that momentum the other way, whether it's a big shift to start the period, or a big shift after a goal, or you know, on a penalty kill, big penalty kill. All those little things that can change the momentum, build off that shift. We had a good second period against Ottawa. We had all the momentum. We need to keep that momentum and get the ball rolling the other way. It's just right now, when things aren't going our way, it's a little bit harder, but we've just got to stick with it.
You've been on a lot of good teams over the course of your career. This team started off very well. Have you ever experienced something like this? Have you ever kind of gone through something like this where it just seems like the snowball continues to roll?
Yeah, for sure. We've got a lot of good players in there, a lot of guys with character, a lot of guys that care. Everybody cares. Everybody wants to do their part, but it's one of those things where it's going to take everybody, and it's going to have to be a patient, solid defensive game where we try to win that game 1-0, where we're not allowing anything against. Every shift, build off that and try to swing the momentum the other way.
Darnell, last one here. Do you know, you're one of the leaders here, and I'm sure you've used every trick in your book here over the last 2 weeks. Do you ever run out? You know, do you run out of positive? Do you run out of solutions? Is there a fountain of solutions for you? Can you keep them coming?
This is a true test of leadership. It's easy to be a leader when you're 9-1 or 16-5. It's easy to lead a team and go out and be the rah-rah guy. This right here, getting out of this is a test for all the leaders on our team. Getting out of this is what's going to make our team better. And no, there's no excuse to I don't know if there's a fountain of tricks. There's no excuse. You got to show up every day and with your hard hat on. That's the only way to get out of this. So there's no tricks to it. To be a leader, you got to show up every day and bring the same amount of work. So that's our job. That's what we have to do to dig ourselves out of this. Like I said, this is when you really have to lead.